Good morning, Flosstube. My name is Griffin, and this is Stitching with the Griffin number 94. It's been 2 weeks since I've seen you guys, and I hope everyone has been doing well. I will talk about why I did not make a video last week at the end of this video, because we've got a few things to talk about today. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning viewers / subscribers, welcome back. We are up to 133 subscribers, so welcome everyone. So happy that you are here. Try to keep these videos fairly short and sweet, especially this week. So, did not get a lot of progress done on the big projects that I have going on, but I did get about 80% of the secret stitch done, so that's coming along. I just have a little bit of actual stitching left on one piece of it, and then I can do the little bling blings, and then I have to frog and restitch the other piece that goes to it, and then put everything together. So, let's see. The last time you saw me, one of the projects, my little project that I was doing, let me pull it up again. Oh, there it is. Was this cutie. This is Winter Gnome Female by Cute Embroidery. There she is. And you can all thank Exie, hi honey, for sending this to me. She was very sweet. It is darling. I want to get the boy version when I'm done with this. This is where I'm at. Now, I have a thing. I was watching Stitchman Darcy, and he, like me, we weren't using Pattern Keeper. I say weren't in the past tense. I went and watched his most recent video, and he was talking about Pattern Keeper. Very happy with very happy with it. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go look at it, and I downloaded it to try the free version of it. And to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to continue to use it or not, because I don't normally count my stitches, and I do have paper patterns that I use. That being said, I do have a lot more PDFs and things like that, so I could probably use it. Don't know if you guys are going to care enough for me to pay for the for the not trial version. Even though it's not that much, I actually looked at it, but with money being tight now, and I have to be careful. So let me know if you guys think I should, if you care enough about my stats, stitch count and percentage and all that, if you care enough for me to continue, to hear about it. But I did put it into Pattern Keeper, and I can't bring the pic. Okay, so this bit here, and I do apologize if there's, if the video recording isn't that great. It is hot in here, and no matter what I've tried, it's really hard to warm or cool down some of these things I got going in here, so bear with me. But anyway, so this progress here that I have made, according to this, I have done 1,827 stitches just there, and I'm at 32.89 and that's out of 5,555 stitches. That's okay. So then I am 32.89% done. So if that's something you guys care about, let me know. I'm hearing some thumping sounds, so it's possible that the people who are supposed to be removing our deck is here. I don't own the house, so I have no control over that. But I apologize if we start hearing loud noises outside. But that's Winter Gnome, female, in her hat. I'm going to continue working up here when I roll her again. And eventually I will roll her again. So, with that in mind, let's pull up the... Pattern Keeper is not that hard to use once I figured out the controls. So it's not like it's difficult to use. It's just, I don't know if it's worth it or not to do. Like I said, I don't care about my stitches. I don't care to count my stitches. But if you guys are interested, I will continue using it after I'm done with her. Now that I've started, I'm going to do it. Okay, so there's my wheel. Let's push the button. And Peaceful Shores. Peaceful is Peaceful Shores. Okay, let me get that out. I forgot. Winter Gnome 2/1 full cross using the called for threads on white Aida. The called for DMC threads on white. Sorry, I'm talking to the floor. 2/1 full cross using the called for threads, generic white Aida, and I want to say it's either 16 or 18 count. The information is in the description box below if you're interested. I gotta find Peaceful Shores. Well, what did I do with it? It's in the bottom drawer. Okay. Peaceful Shores is a kit. Was originally a kit. It's not now. But, there we go. That is what it's supposed to look like. I am up in this area here. It is Peaceful Shores by Design Works. The artist is Gianna, Giana. I am working it on 22 count white Aida using the called for DMC floss. So let me get that out. What the heck was that? Okay, I have a sticky. I have a sticker on it. Put it up really close so you guys can see it. And it's not straight, but there you go. So I'm up in the corner, working in the clouds. And yeah. I think it looks beautiful, even with it being 22 count. Originally, the kit had 14 count Aida in it, which was okay, but when I was halfway done with the one half of the page, or one half of the project, come to find out I had done a boo-boo towards the beginning and couldn't find it, and so, yeah. I almost went off the deep end. I was so upset with myself. But that's going to be next week. You'll see the progress on that next week. Sorry. I have all the colors for it. It is a paper chart, so it's not going to go into Pattern Keeper. I won't be counting stitches because I don't know. But that's that. Now, the other thing that I was doing is the map of Middle-earth. Make sure I got it the right way. Map of Middle-earth by Ankicoleman Designs. And I am up in this area here, still on page 1. But, up in this area here. And I still have not, I know I went through all the papers and I don't have a chart, you know, the paper that shows you how your pages are laid out. I don't have that. I did not get, I don't know why, I'm not happy about it, but anyway. So this is where I'm at now. If you want to see where I was, you'll have to look on video number 93. So there I am. I've got 3 rows left here to do. Look at the detail in that. You can actually see there's a river right here, or some kind of waterway, I'm guessing, or maybe even a road if it's a huge road. Something here, and then there's mountains here, you know, and there's gradation from the sea up in here. There's a bay or a cove or something, and then there's a little offshore island thing right there. You could even see the gradation in the paper, you know, in the map. I don't know if cartographers do that to show depth, water depth or not, but the detail is fantastic. Even better than the picture, I think. I mean, you can see it on the picture, but I think it comes up a little bit better on here. Now, that may be a road, or it may, oh, okay. It may also be the border lines that they did to show the borders of the different provinces. Maybe that's more what it is. I'm not sure. If it is, it's not really showing on, it's showing on the paper, but it's not really showing on here. So whatever it is looking really, really good. I am missing my needle minder. It fell off when I was moving it around. I will have to get it back because I like it. It's one that Exie gave me. Now that is the one that I was doing, the one that I will be doing this week and that you will see progress on. Oh, I keep forgetting. It is being done 2/1 full cross using the called for DMC colors, and it's either, I want to say it's a 16 count Natural Aida. I know it's a Natural Aida, but I can't remember. I'm doing one on a 16 count and one on an 18 count of the Natural Aida. It's in the description box below if you're interested in actually knowing what the fabric size is. That being said, the next one that you'll see is also being done on Natural Aida, or is being done, yeah, on Natural Aida. And this is the other one. It's either a 16 or 18. Both of them are in the description box below. This one I have been working on. I will be working on. But this is the Magic of Books by Charting Creations Design. It is gorgeous. I am on page 5 out of 6 on this top row. So right here. Look at how beautiful that is. Now, here is where I will be starting this week's work. Okay. I'm going to fill in all of this right here. Lots of graffiti. I forget what's over here. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe just some more books, but that was just the way I did the color. Anyway, so fill in all this, and then I will attempt to come down here and start some more work. I have 3, or I don't know. I'm not sure. I think I've got 4 rows left here. Yeah. I think I'm about halfway. Once I get this done, I'm halfway done with this page. And it is just zooming along now. This page is not going to have, page 6 is not going to have a whole lot. 27 rows this way. No, 27 columns this way. I thought it would be less, but I was looking at the wrong thing. So there's that. So when you see it next, all of this should be filled in, and then I should be able to get some more down this way. There's a moth there that's going to be down in this area. But yes, so I'm very, very happy about the progress on that. Don't know where I'm going to put this. Okay, I'll put it right there. Yeah. That's my stitching. Trying to think of what else I need to say. I didn't make show notes this week because I really didn't have a lot to show. Put that there. Trying to keep everything together. I don't have any shout outs. Well, I do, but I don't have any new people for you to watch. New to me or maybe new to you. I spent the last week or so, last couple of weeks, either going to doctor visits or going to work, and other than that, I have been basically in the bed. It is, a natural progression of my condition. More body parts are being affected, so trying to adjust to a new normal, which those of you with chronic conditions will understand. It is, it is what it is, and I am not. My condition does not define me. It is an inconvenience to my life, but it's also something I just have to live with, obviously. Now, that being said, I still do the best I can to do things. I was watching videos from my usual suspects, so I would highly recommend, please watch them. They are in the description box below. They always are. Darcy has got a great new video he's got out. Said he's trying Pattern Keeper. He's got some new fabric, a new color out. It's a fuchsia color. I forget what he called it, but oh, is it beautiful. And I'm sorry, I'm turning a fan this way because I am starting to get really, really hot. 101 degrees is the high for today, but it's going to feel like 108. And that's 101 degrees Fahrenheit. For those of you who use Celsius, please don't faint. It's not 101 degrees Celsius. It is 101 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what it is Celsius, but it is hot. And it is, for once, a dry heat. We are in, they're burn bans, there's no water, so yeah, anyway, it's hot. So I've been watching Mad Morty and the Brum have a new one out. They've got some great progress on their work, beautiful stuff. The chatelaine is looking amazing, Morty. David, Brom, you're doing some gorgeous work yourself. He has got some beautiful, beautiful stuff on the go that he's working on. And Sarah got some new stuff on hers. She's actually got some cute little stitches. Marcy, same way. She took us to the lake. Marcy took us to the lake. So please go watch her video. Marcy is the Ankicoleman studio. So please go check her out. Let me see. Jacob. I don't know if I have Jacob as one of my usual suspects. Jacob is from Modern Folk Embroidery. He's doing a Frisian Sal, and he's doing daily videos, and also talking about not just the Sal, but he lives in Denmark, I think it is. So he's taking us to different places in Denmark, even to this little really cool antique store. Hannah, I'm not sure about Hannah. I don't think I saw one from Hannah. Hannah is the Okie Stitcher. Hannah, I'm sorry if you have one out. I'm not sure if I saw it or not. Give me 1 second here. I do apologize. I'm checking my notes to see. Not my notes, but trying to see. Yeah, I was trying to see if she had a new one up. I think she does, but I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. Christine has, I think I've already talked about the new one that Christine has. She does hers on like a monthly basis, but she also has done some whip parades that you guys have got to see. She's got one that's got her Christmas projects in it. This woman has over 100 whips on the go, I swear. There are quite a few. And she brings them out, periodically and does them. I know she's getting more of them done. She's getting closer to having a few more done. And then she turns around and she starts new one. If that's what she wants to do, she does some beautiful work. And she does a lot of full coverage pieces. Sorry, I've got something in my eye, besides my eyeball. But she does full coverage pieces. I don't see Hannah. I'm not sure if you've got one out right now or not. Don't know. If you do, I will go back and look. If you don't, I'm hoping to see one from you. I don't have to work today, so I will be trolling along. I will hopefully have some new people for you next time. When I am on my little travels to and from videos, I like to try to hit my home feed and see who has been recommended to me. And that is all my stitchy related stuff, and apparently my health related stuff. I had not meant to talk about that until after the stitchy stuff, but I apologize for those of you who don't care. You just like my stitchy stuff. That's it. I do have something. I have a little bit more to talk about. So, for those of you who are only interested in the stitchy stuff, I will see you next week, and I hope you have a wonderful time. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all the fun stuff if that's what you wish. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. For those of you who are remaining, I have been very disappointed in social media, specifically TikTok. I don't get on TikTok. I do see videos on YouTube and Instagram that are from TikTok, that are shared cross-platform. And from what I've been seeing and the drama that I've been hearing about, there's no way in the world I am going to get on to TikTok. I am an avid reader. I will read when I'm in the mood. I can devour a full-length novel in one day. I kid you not. If I have the time and the desire, I will finish a book in a matter of hours. A full-length novel. A Lord of the Rings length novel will actually take me, if I have the time, probably 2 days to finish. 2, and you know how thick they are. Okay? I can read, and this is not to toot my own horn, but I was taught to be a speed reader when I was little. And my speed has actually gone up because I read so much. I read, if I'm reading to myself and not reading out loud, I can read a little over 300 to 325 words a minute. That's 3 to 325 a minute. Most novels are 150,000, give or take. A novella is about 50,000. A full-length novel is usually between about 150 to 300,000 words, roughly. Most of them are not the 300,000. That is like Lord of the Rings, and that's normal print. That's not big print. I have seen some of these authors with the big paper, big hardback books, and they're thick. But if you look at their print is not normal 11 point, 12 point. Some of them are actually a lot larger. Or they may be 10 point. Anyway, not the usual tight font. They're actually a bit bigger, and there's, they do spacing and they do all this finagling to make the book look lots bigger when it's not. So anyway, I can realistically finish one book a day in a month. So 30 books in a month. According to TikTok and Book Talk and these different book people, I'm lying, and it's not possible. Not lying, and it is possible. And I'm not the only one. I know a lot of people who can average a book a day if they really want to. If they really want to. A lot of us don't have the time anymore to do that. We've got other things going on. I know people who can successfully read, and I say successfully, I mean they can from start to finish without stopping. They can read 15 books a month. It's doable. It is doable. It just depends on what you're doing in your life. So all these people saying, no, you're lying, no, you can't do this, no, you're doing that. Also, just to be clear, I read that fast to myself. I have, and I was tested, and I was recently tested, not officially, they don't officially test you, but there is a way to test. Anyway, I have a 85 to 90% retention rate for the story, only because sometimes I don't really care about the story once I'm done. If I really, really like the book, I will retain it at least long enough to write a review about it, or make some notes about it. I have a 95 to a 98% comprehension rate for these books. And I say that because there are some books that I read that are subject matter, the nonfiction subject matter, may not always be something that I am fully, that I fully understand. But, so there, so that is one issue I have with Book Talk. And, it's a big drama over there. I don't understand why you make such a big deal about how many books somebody can read versus how many you can read. We're all different readers. If I read out loud to someone, or I'm trying to record something, I read way slower, but I can still, get it done in a day if I'm really wanting to. I don't do that, but I could if I really wanted to, depending on the size of the book. So that is one reason why I won't be over there in Book Talk land on TikTok. Dark fantasy romance. I checked it out, and I have mixed emotions about these dark fantasy things. The lifestyle that they are supposedly talking about, and this is from 50 Shades of Grey. You guys know what I'm talking about. That author, the first book, was written without any knowledge, personal knowledge, or working knowledge of the BDSM lifestyle. Okay? That, you're supposed to write what you know, not what you think you know, as far as books like that. She took it from, I don't know if the authors are he or she, I think it's a she. But they took their inspiration from movies and, I want to say pornography, really, and created that book. She got a lot of backlash. She got a lot of, negativity from the community. And it is a community. There is a lot of people in the BDSM lifestyle. So she got a lot of negativity. And so the next two books were written with more of that information involved. And so the books took a change. They took a turn. They are more realistic. The dynamics that are discussed are more realistic and actually are proper in it, because with the lifestyle, they have a 3-prong support for the dynamic: safe, sane, consensual. Okay? Very self-explanatory. From what I have seen of the dark fantasy books, those cornerstones are not there, at least in some regards. Now, I say that, but I haven't read one of these dark fantasy books myself yet, and I have one on my Kindle that I'm going to read. It's only one. See how I like it. See if I agree with the way that this is being portrayed. If not, I'm not going to base my opinion based on just one book in the genre. I'm going to look at the other. I'm going to look at a few more. But my thing is, glorifying violence of any sort is irresponsible. But you also have to take into consideration these are works of fiction. It's not reality. For people to believe that these books are real, to treat them as real, to believe in the fantasy, you will not be happy if that fantasy became a reality, because you just wouldn't. I mean, I do agree that not all heroes are worthy of being a woman's love interest. Because yes, a hero will take the needs of the many over the needs of the one. And a villain will take the needs of the one over the needs of the many. It's just how, that's the definition. So, depending on how the villain treats his woman or their significant other would be, I don't know where I'm going with that, so we're not even continuing that train of thought. It's just a big mess. So anyway, I will not be over there doing anything on Book Talk. The thing that I've seen on Instagram and YouTube, which has made me stop watching other people with just book review videos. That's their whole content with book reviews. I've stopped watching those because not only with the book reading drama, but also I have seen several of them make allegations, accusations against different authors, saying, one of them was like, the 5 authors I will never support, blah, blah, blah. And they make these statements, but there's no proof. They don't tell me what book or books these things happened in, or these things were done to. They don't tell me they don't provide me with any kind of proof. One allegation was that one author lifts dialogue from another author. Okay. Where is this? Where is? Show me the proof. You can make accusations all day long. You can accuse an author, a person even, of something all day long. But if you want me to believe you, I need to see where it is. I need the proof. Everybody needs proof. You just can't. It's slander otherwise. It's the spreading of misinformation otherwise. If you're mad at that author, if you don't like that author for whatever reason, you can say everything you want to about that author as long as they don't know about it, and get away with it. You're an influencer. You're somebody that somebody watches and listens to. You can destroy anybody's reputation by saying things. But if you have the proof, then that gives you a solid foundation to work on. And more people will actually go, oh, okay, I can see it for myself. And yeah, we're going to, this is wrong. But if you're just throwing words out there, people like me are going to go, okay, well, that's your opinion. I don't see, you're not showing me. And I am not going to go, if it's one of the authors that I like to read, which 2 of them that one person talked about are, I'm not going to go try to prove her right. Why should I? She just made an allegation. I don't care. Until you have proof, I'm not going to go do the research myself because I don't believe you. So anyway, never getting on book talk. Going to stop watching book reviewers. That being said, I always, and those of you who have been here a long time with me, I will tell you about a book. I will give you my thoughts on the book, not the author, on the book. And then I will encourage you to go look yourself. I will, I tell you what the name of the book is and the author is, so you can go and check it out yourself. Because everybody should be forming their own opinions about everything that affects their lives, either directly or indirectly. You should be forming your own opinions. You should be gathering up the information to make your own informed opinions about things and not just listening to somebody and being a sheep. Being a lemming. Let's just follow everybody off the cliff. Let's not do that. Alright, so 40 minutes roughly, I think, and I do apologize. I had a waffle, but I felt the need to tell you folks how I felt about these things and what I've been doing in the last week. Mostly doctor's visits, work, and sitting in bed. So, I will see you all. I can't promise anything, but I will see you all in the next one, and I hope that you all have a wonderful Stitchy week. Bye!